I want to introduce a new version of RSI that is amazing. I will teach you a trading strategy based on this new RSI that is extremely accurate. Just make sure you watch this video until the end and let's get started. Before I add the indicator, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, let's add the new RSI. Here we click on indicators and we search adaptive RSI. This one, which is written by BOS Waves. Alright, this is the indicator, and as you can see, it's added here below the chart. This is a new version of RSI, and it is much better than the old RSI. To show how amazing this RSI is, let me add the old RSI, this one, to show how they differ from each other. In this part of the chart, you can clearly see that the market is in a downtrend, and in this period, when you look at this new RSI, you can see that it's below the center line and red from here up to this point without any noise, without any center line crossovers, just perfectly staying consistent during this downtrend. But look at the old RSI. In the same period, you can see how noisy it is and several center line crossovers which are misleading. Or in this part of the chart, you can clearly see that the price is in an uptrend, and when we check this new RSI, you can see that from here, the RSI line is above the center line up to this point where the uptrend actually finished without any noise, without any center line crossover. But when we check this RSI, we see lots of noises. We see many center line crossovers, and these false signals are really misleading in practice. But with this new RSI, we don't have this problem because this new RSI is adaptive. It has the ability to adapt to the current momentum of the market. Alright, let me close this old RSI and teach you a very accurate trading strategy based on this new RSI. But before that, I'm proud to announce that recently I published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a complete guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, getting back to our indicator, and let me teach you a trading strategy based on this new RSI. All of the use cases that we have with the original version of RSI, we have also with this RSI, like trend identification. When below the center line and red, the market is trending down, and when above the center line, the market is trending up. And we have reversal identification based on center line crossovers. When RSI line crosses below the center line, this can be a signal for starting of a downtrend, and when it crosses above the center line, it can be a signal for starting of an uptrend. We have divergence signal for identifying reversals, and the indicator also shows them when there is a divergence in the market, and overbought and oversold conditions when the RSI line is at extreme levels. Two types of trading strategies we can build based on this new RSI: trend following strategy and reversal strategy. In trend following strategy, we use the RSI line for trend identification, and then by the help of another indicator, we look for buy sell signals that are in the same direction with the current trend of the market. For example, when RSI line is below the center line and red, we say the market is trending down and we should look for short position opportunities, and when the RSI line is above the center line, we say the market is trending up and we should look for long position opportunities. But in this video, I want to teach you a reversal trading strategy. A reversal trading strategy based on the crossing of RSI line below the center line or above the center line. So in this trading strategy, we are trying to catch the starting of a new trend in the market. When RSI line crosses below the center line and it becomes red, it's an early signal that probably a downtrend is forming in the market. And on the other hand, when RSI line crosses above the center line and becomes blue, it's an early signal that probably an uptrend is forming on the chart. We don't enter a trade only based on these center line crossovers because the risk is high and we can encounter many false signals. We want to be more confident and say with higher probability that a new trend is forming, and then we try to find a perfect and low risk trading opportunity to enter a trade. For this purpose, we're going to add 4 exponential moving averages to our chart. Here we click on indicators and we search ribbon, this one, moving average ribbon, which automatically adds 4 moving averages to the chart. Now we need to change their settings. So we go to the settings of the ribbon, and first we change the type of the moving averages because we need exponential moving averages. So here we set EMA for them. And then for the first EMA, we set the length at 5. For the second EMA, we set the length at 13. For the third EMA, we set the length at 89. And for this EMA, also we set the length at 89. So here we have 2 EMAs with the same length, but one of them should be based on high and the other one based on low. Now we should change their colors. For the first EMA, we set the color to white. For the second EMA, the color should be orange. For the third EMA, we set the color to green. And for this one, also we set the color to green. And finally, we go to the Style tab and we increase the thickness of the lines so they will be better visible on our price chart. Alright, we're done with the settings of the exponential moving averages, and now let me teach you how, by the help of these EMAs and this RSI here, we can find accurate buy-sell signals. Alright, in the first step, we start with RSI. This is an example of a short position, and then I will teach you a long position. In a short position setup, in the first step, we have crossing of RSI line below the center line and becoming red. This is an early signal that probably a reversal is going to happen. But as I said, we don't enter a trade only based on this, and we need more confirmation before taking any trading decision. In the next step, we focus on the exponential moving averages. If you remember, these 2 green lines are EMAs with length of 89, one based on high and the other based on low. From now, we call this green channel, and we use this green channel for the second signal that shows probability of reversal. After RSI line went below the center line and became red, we wait for the price to completely go below the green channel. When this happened and the price is already below the green channel, we have another reversal signal and now more probability that a downtrend is probably forming, but still not enough, and we want to decrease our risk as much as possible. In the next step, our focus is on the orange line and the white line. If you remember, the white line is an EMA with length of 5 and the orange line is an EMA with length of 13. So these 2 EMAs can help us with shorter term momentum changes in the market. After having the price below the green line, we want both of the orange line and white line also below the green line, and the white line should be below the orange line. This shows that the short-term momentum is also down at this time. So until now, we have different signals that show the probability that a downtrend is forming on the chart. RSI is below the center line and red, and then here the price is below the green channel. The orange line and the white line are also below the green channel, and the white line is below the orange line. Alright, now we should wait for a perfect opportunity to enter a trade, and the best situation is pullback. We wait for the white line to go above the orange line. When this happened, it shows that probably a pullback is forming on the chart. In this case, even when you check the price action, you can clearly see that we have a pullback of the price to the green channel. Now we should wait for a signal that shows end of the pullback. We wait for the white line to close below the orange line. When this happened and the white line is already closed below the orange line, this shows that probably the pullback ended and the price is gonna decline more. So here the reversal is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the pullback or above the green channel, which is a safer level for setting a stop loss if it is not very far from our trade entry, and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. This was a short position setup, and now let me teach you a long position setup. In the first step, our focus is on RSI line. When RSI line goes above the center line and becomes blue, this is an early signal that probably we're going to have an uptrend. But this is not enough and we need more confirmation. In the next step, we wait for the price to close above the green channel, and after that, the white line and the orange line should also go above the green channel, and we should have white line above the orange line. So until now we have different signals that an uptrend is probably forming. RSI is above the center line, and at the same time here we have the price above the green channel. The orange line and the white line, both of them are also above the green channel, and the white line is also above the orange line, and this shows that the shorter term momentum is also up. Now we want to find a low risk trading opportunity to enter a trade. So we wait for a pullback, and the white line and the orange line can help us with this. We wait for the white line to go below the orange line. When we have this situation, it shows that probably a pullback is forming, and now we should wait for a signal that shows end of the pullback, and that is when the white line is closed above the orange line. You can see that it happened here when this candle is closed. So the buy signal here is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a long position at this point with the stop loss below the pullback or below the green channel if it is not very far from our trade entry. As I said, this is a safer level for setting a stop loss and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. Let me show more examples so you better understand how to identify the setups. Here you can see that RSI line went below the center line and became red, and this is an early signal that a downtrend is probably forming. Now we wait for the price to go below the green channel. You can see that it happened from here, and in the next step the white line and the orange line should also go below the green channel, and the white line should be below the orange line, which shows that the shorter term momentum is also down. So until now we have different signals that show probability of forming a downtrend. Now we want to enter a trade in a pullback. We wait for the white line to go above the orange line. This shows that probably a pullback is forming. Even when we check the price action, we can see that we have a pullback of the price to the green channel. We wait for the white line to close back below the orange line. When this happened, it shows that the pullback probably ended and the price is going to decline more. So here the sell signal is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the green channel and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. Here at this point, you can see that RSI line went above the center line, but after that, we didn't have any other conditions. And again, you can see that RSI line went below the center line. So this was just a noise, a false center line crossover here. And by the help of our trading strategy, we could easily avoid it. Here, you can see that RSI line again went above the center line. And from here, you can see that the price completely went above the green channel. And after that, the orange line and the white line are also above the green channel. So we have different signals from long term to short term that probably a reversal is happening and we are going to have an uptrend. Now we should wait for a pullback. Here you can see that the white line went below the orange line. That shows that we are having a pullback here, and at this point you can see that the white line is closed back above the orange line. So the buy signal here is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a long position at this point with the stop loss below the pullback, below the green channel, and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. And you can see that this trade is also a profitable trade where the price advanced up to this point. Please pay attention that although this trading strategy is very accurate and many of the false signals are filtered by the help of this trading strategy, but this doesn't mean you will have 100% win rate. No, you will definitely have false signals. There is no trading strategy that can give you guaranteed signals. This is not possible, and losing positions are always part of the game. You need to manage your risk properly so you can minimize the effect of your losing positions. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule, and it is the best risk management strategy that you can use. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and make sure you watch it now, because without risk management you will never become a consistently profitable trader. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.